happening, guys? I am absolutely buzzing right now. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is officially happening. Yes, you heard right. Sonic the Hedgehog is coming back for a sequel to the movie that came out earlier this year. It's no major surprise given that the original did so incredibly well at the box office. It made $360 million worldwide and became the second highest grossing film of 2020 after Bad Boys for Life. The ending of the movie made it seem like a sequel was likely. Now this is a bit off topic, but I'm curious about Robotnik in the sequel should Jim Carrey return. It has got me wondering, is Robotnik the most consistently unsuccessful villain in the history of games? There are a lot of recurring villains in storied franchises, your Wileys and your Bowsers, but Robotnik shows up to get whipped multiple times throughout every game. It's just an endless string of failure for the poor guy. Film adaptations of video games haven't had the greatest luck over the years, but one of the exceptions has been Sonic the Hedgehog. Racing into theatres earlier this year, not only was the Sonic movie met with a solid amount of positive reception, it also did quite well at the box office. Now it's been confirmed that the Sega character will be returning to the big screen for a sequel. Paramount Pictures and Sega Sammy confirmed on May the 28th that development has started on a sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog, with the original creative team of director Jeff Fowler and writers Pat Casey and Josh Miller coming back too. The first movie starring Ben Schwartz as the speedy Hedgehog and Jim Carrey as his iconic nemesis Dr. Robotnik certainly set up a sequel, and Fowler was always thinking of how to continue Sonic's story. Now, this movie, Sonic the Hedgehog, I don't know how to describe it, man. I love it. This movie is amazing in every way. The visuals effects are amazing. The interactions between these characters are just spectacular. Shout out to James Marsden, Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz and all the other actors. All their performance really tied this whole movie together. This movie is a light-hearted movie that makes it feel like you're in this world with Sonic. You can feel the empathy the directors put in this movie. You can feel for the characters and what struggles they were going through. The plot itself is very basic, but it works really well for this movie. The ending of the movie is heart-touching and really does a good job at putting this film to a close. If you are a Sonic fan, this movie is filled with references that will just fill you with nostalgia, from the music they play, to the poses Sonic makes, locations and from character interactions. Not every movie is perfect, but this movie makes it the top for me. It's really a fun action-packed movie and I would recommend this movie to anyone. Even though Paramount has confirmed the sequel, it's hard to say when the sequel might get released given the current global situation. The studio hasn't yet given a start date for production, as the sequel is still in the early stages of development. Paramount has an Untitled animation release slot for July the 22nd, 2022, which could be replaced for the sequel, but that's guesswork. It does roughly fit in with the production schedule of the first movie. Filming on that started in September 2018. And if the movie didn't have that redesign, it would have been out a little over a year later on November the 8th, 2019. So with the character design set and approved by fans, if the sequel starts filming later this year or early 2021, then a summer 2022 release is entirely possible. We can expect all of the main cast to come back, but there's been no official confirmation as of yet. So that would be Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic, Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, James Marsden as Tom Wachowski, and Tika Sumpter as Tom's wife, Maddie. The post-credit scene had Colleen O'Shaughnessy voice Tails as she currently does in the wider Sonic world. Whether she'll reprise her role for the sequel or if it will be recast for Tails' bigger role in the sequel remains to be seen. Elsewhere, we could see returns from supporting characters like Lee Majdoub's long-suffering government agent Stone and Frank C. Turner as Crazy Carl, who turns out to be not so crazy in his sightings of Sonic, aka the Blue Devil. Now, we won't know when exactly it will land, but you won't be seeing any new footage for a while, of course, as the sequel is only in its very early stages of development. Still, when it does arrive, we're sure the makers will be hoping for a better reaction to its first trailer. Thank you for watching, guys. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.